When the SEGA Mega Drive was released in Europe on 30th of November 1990, it gave owners of Sega's prior console, the SEGA Master System, an interesting problem. See, if you, for example, sold the SEGA Master System to get funds for the new SEGA Mega Drive, your collection of SEGA Master System games was useless, as the SEGA Mega Drive did not actually contain backwards compatibility for the Master System. But there was actually a way around this problem. Enter the SEGA Master System Converter for SEGA Mega Drive. It allows you to play SEGA Master System games on your Mega Drive. Inside the box is the instruction booklet and the converter itself. Despite basically being a large hunk of plastic that acts as a pass-through for the Mega Drive, as I'll explain later on, the actual converter is rather well built. It's very sturdy and it doesn't feel cheap or tacky in any way. Using the converter is easier than tying your shoelaces. All you have to do is remove whatever game is currently in the cartridge slot. Then, simply place the converter on top of the Mega Drive, like so. To add a game, open up the cartridge slot. Then, simply pick a game, for example, Shinobi. Put that in the top and you're ready to play some SEGA Master System games on the SEGA Mega Drive. Of course, that's all assuming you actually have a Model 1 SEGA Mega Drive. Unfortunately, the SEGA Mega Drive Master System Converter is incompatible with the Mega Drive 2. They actually did make a Model 2 of this add-on, but unfortunately it was only released here in Europe, meaning not only was it very little known about, but due to the limited release, it became very, very rare and sought after, at least to my knowledge. Also, I've noticed that, as far as I'm aware, any controller that worked on the Master System works here, so you can still use Mega Drive controllers and arcade sticks and such, although unfortunately the pause button has not been remapped to the Mega Drive controller's pause button. You still have to use the pause button on the unit, which is a bit of a letdown. Also of note is that, from what I can tell, there's a lot more flickering when playing Master System games on the Master System Converter. On the left is the picture quality on the SEGA Master System, and on the right is the SEGA Master System Converter. Colours seem more bright and vibrant on the SEGA Master System Converter, however on the original Master System, flickering is far less noticeable. To be fair, it may be hard to notice the flickering on the Master System Converter anyway, as I'm recording this from a normal camera rather than using some sort of recorder, so you would need to see it in real life to make a proper judgment on it. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the SEGA Mega Drive wasn't compatible with SEGA Master System games, which is why this device was created. However, here's the fun part: I actually lied. The SEGA Mega Drive was actually fully compatible with Master System games without the converter, sort of. The only reason you couldn't play Master System games on the Mega Drive was that the cartridge slot was too small to fit the games, and as such, a pass-through had to be developed, and that pass-through was the Master System Converter. Overall, the SEGA Master System Converter is a rather useful piece of kit, and it's perhaps one of the better add-ons for the SEGA Mega Drive. However, despite that, if you have a SEGA Master System, it's not terribly useful, as the video quality is rather poor in comparison to the actual Master System output, and not to mention, there's really no point if you have a Master System, because you can play those games anyway. I suppose it's useful for cutting down on the amount of leads you need to have plugged in at one time if you want both a Mega Drive and Master System running, but besides that, I don't really see a point in owning one unless you're a Sega enthusiast like me. In fact, to be fair, the only reason I actually own one is because my dad had one along with his entire Master System collection, so lucky me, I suppose. To be fair though, all this is just assuming you don't own a SEGA Master System already. If you do only own a SEGA Mega Drive and have a lot of Master System games, then I would recommend picking one of these up, unless you can find a Master System that is cheaper. And that just about concludes this look at the SEGA Mega Drive Master System Converter. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm probably going to do more of these in the future. Also of note is that I wish a very happy 3rd anniversary to the Sega fansite SEGABits, an absolutely fantastic Sega fansite that's brimming with content.